Listen to that engine roar. All right, for those that follow rally racing, you know this one. It is an iconic six-time championship ride made back in 1992. I'm pretty sure I've seen this car a few times, whether it was maybe Gran Turismo or something else in like Rally Racers back on the PS1 days. Um, actually, well, yeah, I guess it would have been PS1, maybe PS2 days. So Lancia Racing, they went through, they missed a couple years of championships, and then they came through with this ride, and lo and behold, six championships later, it is massively iconic. Multiple drivers have been in the driver's seat of this one. We are going to also be in the driver's seat today. It is very cool seeing that this is scanned into Gran Turismo 7 in the latest updates. This one was a little more expensive, of course, because it was in the legendary, uh, the sales, the car. Yeah. So Michelin sponsorships all over this thing because, of course, it's a rally car. You can see some names of the drivers that have been there. I don't want to try and say names because I don't want to mispronounce names, but let's see here. Man, you can see all these Sparco, Brembo, Champion, Salia Motor Oil. So of course the rally car, we're gonna have some extras like I, this looks like a carbon fiber cover for the rims of some sort, probably to make sure that uh, you don't just get rocks and dirt and everything up in the rims and it just messes up the tires and everything for like brake pads and such, because if you get probably a lot of dirt up in the brake pads, they're not going to work as well. Let's see here. And of course rally cars, that's a lot of what you're doing. So we have so this is a first. Very small rear view mirrors. Now, in a rally car, you don't need to be looking backwards. You need to keep your eyes focused on the road. Usually, you have somebody sitting in the passenger side seat, and so much so that they actually block out the windows on the sides here. So basically, the driver is super focused on just looking forward down the pathway. Again, we'll be getting into that a little bit later in the video. But yeah, let's just check this out. It's very cool. This is all photo scanned in. If you've ever been a fan of this car, you're probably loving this right now. Michelin Man right there. Sportline Racing. Yes, there is some jagged edges. That's just, it comes with the territory of putting decals in games on the lines. What is that? DIC 1992. It's almost, so maybe a sticker to of like authenticity for the race and whatnot. I'm gonna see how far I can get in. Super cool. Again, this is all faux scanned in, so this is actually on the car. Looks like possibly a signature or two on there. Very cool seeing that. So no, hmm. So no cover on the back, but there is one on the front. So not quite sure what that actually does. That cover on the. I'm not a huge rally racing fan. I never really got into rally racing, but I have seen the cars from time to time. It's interesting to see what they have for setup for that, because you're flying down a dirt path, busting the car all up and everything if you're not careful. I mean, even if you are careful, you're still going to bust it up because you're hitting some air off from the dirt mounds and everything, the tracks. So we do have some lights in the back here. We do have some blinkers. So this is an Italian ride, so a very Italian style license plate on there. So of course it's Lancia, Tour de Course, Rallye de France, Stella Corse. Let's see here, Sportline Racing. Again, very, very cool. All these decals and stickers and such on it. Let me actually Normally I don't come back around this side, but I was actually curious to see. When we come over to this side, is that the same names, or is it? Because I know that there was like 3 or 4 drivers from the car description, I do believe. Okay, it is the same names. I don't know if maybe if there was more than 2 drivers or such, then they might actually list everybody on the car. But I guess that might be 2 of the main championship uh, drivers, possibly, or something. Again, I'm not. I'm definitely not versed in rally racing. All right, let's sit inside it and see what this looks like from the inside here. So cushioned steering wheel, and ooh, yeah, we have all kinds of stuff to dig into in here. All right, so this is a professional rally racer, so we got a whole lot of gadgets and everything. Crank windows, 1992 crank window, nice. Some padding on the inside, red, white, blue. Okay, for the flag of the country here. So, what do we got back here? I'm I don't know if that would be oxygen tank or if that would be a. I, I'm not. I'm gonna say it's probably not nitrous. Could be something for a turbo. Uh, we are. So again, the whole back of the car is just gutted to make it be able to get as much speed as possible. So we have a what is it, 4 point harness on it, I do believe, or 6 point harness. Um, Yeah, because 2, 3, 4. Is it? Wait, no, it is 4 point harness. Okay. Again, you want to be strapped into this thing as much as possible. Most likely, you're going to have somebody sitting beside you, also calling out on their sheet of, okay, so next turn is this, next turn is that. We're not going to have this in our race because I am going to do a rally race with this, of course. Um, but yeah, this is essentially, if you grew up watching this car racing, this is essentially what the driver would be seeing is all of this here. So, do we have light systems? No, not quite. Not quite sure what. Oh, I guess that would be maybe air filtering of some sort. Um, I'm thinking that's probably camera system somewhere. Like there's because there is always cameras set up in this and everything. There's also different. Okay, so we have a roll cage there. We're going to have most likely something of a safety measure. So if the car does flip over or whatever, you can pop I'm guessing probably pop a window out or something so you can crawl outside of it. Because if these cars, if you mess up on the road, these cars are going to flip and flip and flip and flip. Hence why roll cage and everything is pretty much made of as much metal to make sure it can't crush in on the driver and the person in the passenger side seat. Um, we have shifter, of course. We have, let's see here, Pilot A, the radio. Yeah, there is a CB radio down there. Got my microphone away. There we go. So we have gas gauge up there. Let's see if we turn this. No blinker indicators inside the car. It doesn't look like. Interesting. So we have oil, battery, lights, of course. Um, so a regular racing steering wheel on that. Can you take the steering wheel out? Normally in a racer, you can usually take the steering wheel out. It doesn't look like because even if you get in a crash or something, you can usually pull the steering wheel out and get out a little bit easier that way. Um, I guess this is 92, so maybe not so much with this one. So again, pretty much everything in this is analog. There is a board over there. Can't quite make it out. Something about the radio. I'm pretty sure. Oh, well, yeah, this is, what is it? It's Italian. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So, yeah, I think everything's written in Italian on there. So, ah, if you can read it, good luck with that. Oh yes, the CB radio. I'm just like thinking like what would be in a rally car. So you're gonna have, I'm pretty sure, a pit stop in a rally race, just like you would, anything like a NASCAR or F1 series or whatever, or Gran Turismo race. But the one thing that you don't see in many of the cars of Gran Turismo is that radio. That radio person sitting in the side seat over here, be able to radio back. Because again, this is 92. They didn't exactly have, microphones built into their headsets so much back then in rally racing. So that's why we have a CB radio in here. I'm thinking that's probably calls back to um, the. Oh, wait. There we go. It's that one little light right there. I just saw it blinking. But yeah, to be able to call back to race pit and be like, okay, we have a problem with the engine, or we need to fill up the gas or something. Um, okay, so we have the little light right there. The light showing for the light. So again, very analog system, 1992. So there's not a whole lot digital going on with this, if anything at all. I think everything is analog in this vehicle, even including like I said, the CB radio there. Um, Everything is stripped out. You know what? Because it's a legendary ride, let's just take one more look around. Also, I think that, so that's probably a release lever for the whole top, possibly, or something. Not quite sure. Anyways, yeah, we do have handbrake built in. I think, is that handbrake? Maybe a handbrake. Maybe that might be something to do. Maybe it is NOS. Not quite sure, but there is multiple. Hmm. I wish I knew more about rally racing cars, but this is really cool being able to just see everything in it. I'm just kind of picking out what I'm seeing here. All right, I think it's time. Oh, and then we also have another display over there too, with probably more numbers popping up. Maybe also it could be tracking the distance that the car is driven, and then you can give that back to, so you can keep track of where you're at on the track, um, or during the race. Keep track of where you're at during the race. So we've gone so many miles and whatnot, and the back back in the pit stall, and they can actually be like, okay, yeah, watch out for this or that. There might be something on the road or something. I'm thinking. Um, but yeah, interesting setup. Let's take it out on the road. Let's go and do a rally race. Okay, driving part of the video in an iconic ride. And we are racing on the dirt. It's going to be a bumpy one. But this car is a 6-time champion, so we should be able to get somewhere with it. Got some dirt tires on it, of course. Again, this is a little bit different than what most likely this car would be doing, maybe over an Italy race or something, because normally you'd have somebody sitting over on the passenger side seat telling you, okay, there's a sharp right turn, there's a left turn, straight away, punch it. Wow, very old school. That's actually, so I said a little bit earlier that it's all analog in this. That's actually a 90s, basically digital display right there. It's almost the same thing as a clock with an orange background on it. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. So there is a bit of digital in this. I mean, this is again, it's a professional, very expensive professional car. I have very little experience driving dirt track racing, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Definitely sliding all over the place. Also, not using the handbrake, like probably a lot of them are doing. seeing, yeah, it looks like most of the cars are sliding around the track. I'm not really doing that. I think I am a little bit sliding, but I'm not intentionally sliding. Somebody just tried to wipe me out. You can actually see the reflection off the dashboard. Super cool. Okay. Again, just trying to get the feel of... Do I need to, like, turn this thing sideways? Is that how we rally race? Again, I don't do any rally racing. Very amateur at this. There we go. Ugh. Eighth. We're getting somewhere. I started sliding the car around a little bit more. Okay, so it's more acceleration. It's got decent acceleration to it. So I need to use the acceleration to my advantage. Go around the corners. Gotcha. There we go. Any sliding that's happening is because I'm letting off, and that's all right. One lap around, 7th place. So half of that lap, I was just getting the feel of the car, learn how to drift essentially from 13th to 7th. Super cool seeing this in there. Go ahead and get it in the legendary garage, whatever, to be able to buy that there. It's a little bit more expensive, but yes, one of the latest new cars in the latest update for Gran Turismo 7. If you have the VR, you can actually check out an iconic ride in VR and 3D.